pay tax or we fight you, that is persecution. That's persecution because you are coming against me to fight me for what it is I say I stand for.
Because it's very simple. When it comes to this matter, even if you are not expanding, like for example empire, and you're not like America, they've got nukes. Yeah, Israel's got nukes. Certain countries got nuclear bombs. Atomic bombs.
There was no nuclear bombing.
No, exactly. That's my point. For every empire and every nation, if you do not have things in control, you are bound to go for the oppression. So in order to stop the oppression, you have to have these measures in place. The way different empires went about it in different ways is not the comparison to Islam. So if an empire went and killed men, women and children and robbed the whole place up, you cannot compare that to an Islamic empire that says, look, we would like to invite you to Islam. You don't want to? Okay, you would have to pay the jizya. Why?
But I can though, because that's what they did.
But look, once again,
that's what they did.
You might be
the European comes, he says convert to Christianity. Yeah.
No.
That's what he says.
He says you have to convert to Christianity.
But I'm saying, you're when you say that, you're playing with semantics and language. No. Because you're creating an illusion of choice. No. You are, because there is
mercy.
No, it's not that, you know, because real mercy is, would you like to come to my faith, or would you like to keep what you were practicing right about now? That's a choice. That's a choice. That's a choice. That is an actual choice. Yes. An illusion of choice is me coming to you with a gun to your head and saying, would you like to give me, everything that's in your pocket right about now as far as money is concerned? Am I giving you no, but it's not.
You're right if you
convert,
say that.
pay, or we fight you. So I'm saying to you, would you like? Yeah? Would you like? That's my question, you know.
No, but they did.
Right? So give me. Yes.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of Christians, for example.
Go ahead, bro.
This is something that you might not know.
Yes.
I'm close.
So basically, Islamic history.
Yes.
Like when I start looking into it.
Yes.
One of the things one of my teachers would say is that you need a imam pill, like a belief.
Imam pill.
Yeah. Before you start reading it, because you will find a lot of atrocities committed by Muslims.
Right.
Because it's just very horrible history.
Right.
You know. So that's something I want to acknowledge first.
Right.
And then secondly, when the Arabs came to Baghdad and Persia, actually one of the things the Arabs weren't doing was converting people. They didn't want people to convert because they were benefiting off the taxation.
Right.
So this is something.
Is that it as well?
It's not at all, but that's what was taking place.
Right.
So you had a class of overlords who were the Arabs, and then you had everyone beneath them, and the same thing that happened in North Africa also. Yes. And that's why there's so many revolts in North Africa.
Right.
The Berbers, I think they revolted against the Muslims 12 times before they fully accepted.
All hell Al-Qaeda.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna have to be honest here and say that Islamic history is very difficult.
All right. Let me explain to you how we got here. Leon actually initiated this conversation because he was saying that he notices, because I proclaim indigenous African spirituality. So and he notices that because I'm one of the few who proclaim that in a broad sense. So you have people that proclaim Kemet. I proclaim more than just Kemet, right? But there's a certain level of disrespect, even especially uninitiated disrespect that is faced when one proclaims that, right? So he was saying this, and he wanted to invite Ali Dawah for a conversation on these matters. So Ali Dawah is explaining, the way in which Muslims are supposed to relate. You're not supposed to disrespect, right? You're not supposed to so and so forth. That's right. But then he's explaining that Muslims, he's explaining how you're supposed to spread Islam Islamically, and he related a military to that, right? That's what I'm saying. So he's saying, well, the military is only there because so that the people can get the message unimpeded by the military of the other side. But I'm explaining now, but from my perspective, the act of invasion is an act of disrespect. There's no way you can invade me respectfully. Yeah? Okay. There's no way you can invade.
Resistance.
Yeah. There's no way you can invade without harm. So the idea that you're going to bring a military just in case my military wants to defend themselves, so that the rest of the people can hear the message, is nonsense to me. Now he's saying that all empires behave in this way, but I'm saying coming from
like the way Islam did.
Yeah,
They behave like animals.
in terms of expansion, they need to expand. But I'm saying that that idea seems to be counterintuitive based upon the claims of the religion. So I'm saying if you're saying that I'm coming. Last sentence. If you're saying that your religion is a superior religion from Allah, yes, to judge it based upon the acts of men is insufficient to the claims of the religion. Now I might do that because I don't come from a spiritual system that says it has the word, the exclusive word of God. You know what I'm saying? So the human deficiency, is catered for in that respect. I don't make that claim. You'll never see me say that the Medjugorje on the walls of Kemet or in papyri is the word of the Most High Creator. It's not a claim that I make. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not seeing the correlation there, so you've got to make a point. So.
Let me ask something. You know when the Muslims came, before they came,
yes,
a letter was sent
he
to
said
the
that
leader.
already.
No, I've told him.
So in that sense, it kind of defeats all.
Let me ask you all this, yeah? Imagine I'm the leader, yeah, of an African nation, and I send a letter to Saudi Arabia, let's say, for example, yeah, and say convert to Ifa, convert to Ifa, pay the equivalent of Jizya, or we won't come and invade, and we may have superior military, whatever. How are Muslims going to react to that?
No problem. Look, we're either going to accept it, we're going to pay the jizya and say to you, you know what, look, we'll pay you, let us just practice our religion, we're going to fight.
Right.
I think.
So the thing is here that we're going to go. The option.
But would not every Muslim around the world, see that as an act of disrespect?
No.
That I'm going to come and presume that I have the right. But you will fight because of disrespect. But
Shut. Brothers, 1 second.
I'm just saying, what about if it is the truth?
I'm going to come back to that.
No, 1 second. The point here is, the point is this. Look, shut. What it is that we're saying to you that this has been implemented by all nations. What you're seeing is a road that is like, you know,
you can't say it's been implemented by all nations at the same time as you're saying that Islam was different to everybody else.
Romans,
no. But you can't make that comparison. I'm hearing you, but you can't make that comparison with Romans and Persians at the same time as you're saying that the Islamic was different to everybody else. But you're saying those two things at the same time.
No.
And it's a contradiction.
I'm saying.
The devil's in the details. So.
I agree with you.
No. I'm saying, look, every empire, by the get-go, even the Black Spiritual Empire, if they had a power in Africa, they would want to expand that. And I would never say. I don't know which
empires have expanded it in Africa. Listen,
I can't say.
Let me give you an example. Yeah, you see, ancient Kemet. Oh, you mentioned Kemet earlier, right? Now we've heard of the term Amun-Ra, and at different times, different groups of people were the so-called ruling class, let's say, or were the head in leadership. What often happened, is for example, see that as far as I understand history, Ra is northern, Kemet. Amen is southern. Things happen, people battle, whatever. Those two deities were brought together to make Amun-Ra. That's what I'm saying, right? So both of those indigenous systems were respected, and it just so happens that they were similar enough that they could coexist and even merge, right, to some degree. You know what I'm saying? You have other examples. For example, like Shaka Zulu, my namesake. All right, when he was expanding, and he was not like, whereas the Zulu had a spiritual system, Shaka was not the most religious individual, right? But there was a situation in which European invasion was imminent and a present reality, and there were people that were more susceptible to falling under the authority of the Europeans. So Shaka used to invade and say, listen, either you join the thing, fall in line with the thing, or it's problems for you, my G. Right? Yeah, I'm saying it's problems, right? I'm saying these things do exist. I'm not saying that. The difference is Shaka was dealing with a situation in which people were coming in to invade. So his expansion was a protection against a foreign invading force. Does that make sense?
That's my point.
No, but
That's my point.
Historically, that's not accurate.
challenge me, uncle.
Historically, you are referring to the time of Satiswayo, not the time of Shaka. At the time of Shaka, the threat was the Dutch Boer.
That's what I said, European.
No, there were a handful of people
Yes.
with the odd few guns who were about to cross the Transkei and the Transvaal rivers. But they were mostly at that time fighting with the Xhosa, not the Zulu. The time of Shaka Zulu, there was no immediate threat from the European in the way you are presenting it. The
Uncle,
threat from
Shaka-
the European,
Shaka is 1800s.
the threat from the English
Yes.
fought against Sakwala.
Yes.
That was at the time of Setiswayo.
Yes.
That is when the
Before or
Shaka
after Shaka?
actually was a little mad.
I'm not saying, listen.
Shaka was like Idi Amin.
Listen,
to put
and
it bluntly.
that's no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
He
right?
was a military genius.
Yes.
He transformed the spear to the assegai,
Yes.
the short stabbing
Yes.
sword.
Yes.
He transformed war
Yes.
to a form of war that
Yes.
part of Africa. You know, I shouldn't be talking on this video. This is not my.
It was
I
no.
shouldn't
You're
have
right. It
I
was
shouldn't have
before Shaka. It was
interrupted.
mostly ceremonial. War was most ceremonial
Yes,
in the region. Yes.
war in Africa
Yes.
is normally fought at that time
Which is the
to
point I was
get
gonna make.
young children to help you cultivate your land and to become part of your group. Shaka turned it into the way Europeans fight wars. Kill.
But why
He
though?
turned
What was the
it into that.
motivation? That's what I'm questioning.
Shaka decided that it was time
Yes.
to weld these people into a nation.
Yes.
Just like Genghis Khan.
Yes.
There are certain leaders that
Yes.
arise with a notion that, you
Yes.
know something, this lacks discipline.
Yes.
He taught them to run without shoes. He
Yes.
said, don't wear
On
sandals.
thorns, yes.
Thorns.
Yes.
Right? Now, Shaka was the sort, you get leaders who arrive, and this is a sidebar to your discussion.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let me come back out because I just wanted to, I don't.
You don't
I
agree
can't-
with my assessment
no,
of Shaka?
no, that bit there. But because you're talking about empires, I shouldn't be interrupting. I'm sorry. Okay, one last interrupt. No, I don't like doing interrupt.
I want to
Yeah.
learn. I want to learn, Uncle.
No, because I think you're making a big ask, and I know the ask. The big ask is if Islam makes the claim to be so superior, why are the men behaving badly?
No. It's not even that, you know. I'm saying he's saying that it's Islamic, and he's saying that this is how empires behave. So I'm saying you can't compare it to how empires behave if you're saying that Islam is a superior religion.
No, it's not.
But I just said that.
Yeah.
I just said
Okay,
you are
maybe-
asking
yes.
if this is meant to be so above the rest of humankind, why are these Muslim men behaving badly? And to me, first
No,
of all,
sorry, uncle, sorry. I'm not saying why is Muslim men behaving badly. I'm saying why is it Islamic? If Islamic, because he's saying that it's Islamic, you know. So he's not saying that the Muslims were behaving
No,
badly.
it's Islamic.
He's saying that it's Islamic. Yeah. So I'm saying that if Islam is
For example, to invite you either come to Islam, you pay the dues or we fight you. Yeah, this is from Islam.
okay, let me ask you this: is that for all time?
That's one vote.
That's
So can I now call the Islamic State in Daesh? And,
no.
So how
No,
explain
it
that
has
then.
to be done under a ruler. It's not for all. I've never said it's for all time. It has to be done under a man. I can't. That's why these
So if
people.
we had a ruler now, we can do it.
No. Who's the ruler? Who appointed?
No,
him?
because it's if.
Yeah.
If we had a ruler,
no.
could we do?
If, for example, there is a caliphate,
Yes.
there's a ruler, yeah, and we have Islamic lands, yeah, and for example, just as America is expanding its so-called view and imposing it on others, yeah, if there is a ruler at today's time, and if he says, for example, that we need to expand the empire, it doesn't have to be done in a war way, it can be done in diplomatic ways, but the expansion of the caliphate is there, it's in Islam. Yeah,
Give me some examples to support this. Because I understood this to be contemporaneous rather than a point of doctrine. What I understood is you had Abu Bakr, no sooner the Prophet passed from this world, that the peoples of Arabia, especially the Najd, began to apostatize. And in apostasy, you're looking at politics because the moment the Prophet, and this is why I don't like discussing religion, you know me, because my views may be different to other people's. I see the Prophet moving from Mecca to Medina as becoming a jurist and a politician. The moment he moved and was asked to arbitrate, he became a jurist. Then he was put in charge, he is now a politician.
Yes.
And politicians have to make decisions that will not please everyone. But they're now bringing societies together. So he made some decisions, okay, Arabia was now Islamic. The people of the Najd were never, the Bedou are very resistant. Like in Somalia, how they're very, we have vociferous tendencies. Bedou are very single-minded. Like the Maasai, it's not just Arabia. The Maasai are the same. The Dinka of South Sudan are the same. What Edmund Pritchard called their society is organized anarchy. They refuse to kowtow to a leader. So as soon as the Prophet passed from this world, the Arabian Peninsula apostatized. Abu Bakr brought them in hand.
Yes.
No sooner had he brought him in hand, he passed. Now, you had leaders looking at this from the Persian side. And from the north, you had and the Roman lackeys, the Nabatean kingdom, Jerash and Patra. So you had fifth columnists in the Arabian Peninsula working for the Romans. And down on my bit, Oman and Yemen, working for the Persians.
The Banu Bakr tribe, they work
Exactly.
for the
So what it is these guys said, you know something? If this tree is not to die, we gotta act like these guys. And they fought two militarily superior empires and brought them. Now, what I believe happened is this: once dominoes start to fall, how am I here, who pushed this one, gonna stop the domino at the furthest end? What happens is, and I am agreeing with him to this extent, but I'm also agreeing with you, not for the purposes of fellowship. I believe my religion should be able to stand on its merit, the intellectual and the moral integrity. But I believe what happened at this point is a situation of empires clashing, and Islam saying if it's gonna survive. In other words, think about two boxers at the time of Mike Tyson big. You had Spinks. You're too young to remember that.
I know,
You
but
had
I'm
Spinks.
saying
I'm gonna get boxers here. And nobody expected. How can we go to Ali? But see, but Ali was the big dude.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but Tyson was the short, small man, and everybody underestimated him. He's the man who hit Trevor Burbick once, and Burbick fell down 3 times. He gotta be fell. Nobody. Tyson came from nowhere. And Islam is like that. Islam was the underestimated force.
But it didn't come from nowhere, though.
Exactly.
With all due respect.
Exactly.
But it didn't come from
The
nowhere.
army that conquered Egypt had 4,000 men.
I understand what I mean.
That's a handful.
I understand what I mean. But it didn't come from nowhere. That's what I mean. Islam is the last of a tradition of religions from Abraham.
I believe this,
that were dominant. That had become dominant in that region already, right? That's what I'm saying. So, and I'm saying that. There's a certain level of respect that Islam had already, because it was adhering to a religious tradition. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Listen, the Muslims were against the Christians and the Jews. I've already accepted. You remember earlier in the conversation that between those.
Not so much against the Christians. The Jewish disagreement was political too. It was political, and personally I regret what happened there.
Yeah,
with the Jews. We've already other Muslims gonna hate me.
No, but I'm saying we've already accepted.
No, but not all Jews. Banu Qurayza, Banu Nadir,
Yeah, but you don't kill all that many people. I felt sad killed too many people. That's my personal belief.
No, but Uncle, most
I don't want to fight.
Most of the Jewish tribes adhered to the contract.
Yeah, I know.
Banu
I
Nadir,
understand.
Banu Qurayza, and Banu Qaynuqa, who attempted to...
Okay, it's a sidebar.
But you know, but you're saying contract though, yeah?
Can I say something?
Hold on, you're saying contract though, yeah? Right? You know, you're giving me the Godfather contract right about now. Yeah? No, you are. You're saying it's an offer you can't refuse.
But Islam was small.
A contract.
No, but you gotta understand. I am making a contract with you, but I'm smaller than you.
Is marriage a contract?
No, forget that for a minute.
Marriage is a contract, yeah? So what is the value of, let's say I want to marry a woman.
Yeah.
What is the value of the contract?
That's a socio-economic contract.
No.
That's a socio-economic contract.
Right? What's it called?
I could be married because I want your family's titles and land. So I'm married for. I could be married for the sake of war, stopping war. A whole bunch of. I could make a shihad.
Yes.
You got a bunch of reasons.
Right. So do we differentiate then between a contract that is signed upon mutual agreement, equal power? You know what I'm saying? And them kind of things there.
Like the Bact in Nubia when we gave the Arab slaves, when we won the battle and gave
define we.
The Nubians. Okay, maybe not because I'm not a Christian and the Nubians were Christian. But the Nubians fought the Arabs, defeated them. They lost, and then they still decided by mutual agreement to hand over slaves to the Arabs. Now, that contract, in my opinion, created a demand for slaves, in which we, as Africans, are complicit.
Let's put the slavery thing to.
But you ask about agreements.
No, I know.
But let's go back to your main point, your moral point. Let's go right back to your main point.
The argument began with talking about how people in Abrahamic religion view and relate to other traditions, specifically African spiritual traditions, right? So I'm saying the slavery point is important.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's a side point in the context of the conversation at the moment. So I'm saying that, and yes, bearing in mind that Nubia at that time, because of the Roman influence, had to convert it to Christianity, right? But my point is that there's a respectability.
But it was peaceful though. Nubians became Christian.
Yeah, but it's peaceful in as much as it would be peaceful if somebody comes and writes you a letter and says convert, pay the jizya, or we're gonna fight you.
Yes
if
and
I pay
no.
if I pay the jizya,
All right.
it's
what
peaceful.
Did,
No, jizya.
There's a way to jizya though. The issue here is the way to
What,
jizya.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I disagree
You don't
there.
need to fight jizya. What I'm saying is,
but
hold on.
what is it?
What I'm saying is, jizya is the peaceful option in among those choices.
Yeah.
So if I pay it, it's peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm no less oppressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm no less occupied by a foreign invading army. Yeah, because the moment
The point
for
of
example,
Nubia- the point of Nubia doesn't hold.
what force under that authority, under that government, let's say, ensures that the jizya is paid?
Okay. Can I ask?
Yeah, the rule of but who enforces that though?
Let me just ask this first. Now,
Yeah.
I think we have to look at the spectrum of this. This is on this most extreme expression.
Yes.
But now let's look at. I can come to you and say, look, we are Romans.
Yes.
We occupy Greece.
Yes.
Greece.
Yes.
You to the south are Nubia.
Yes.
We have just become Christians. We are not Copts.
Yes.
We've just become Christians.
Yes.
We would prefer to enhance our trading relationship with a fellow Christian nation.
Yes.
In my opinion, if those Nubians said, well, let me read this Christian, it makes sense, I become a Christian, I don't call that force. Now, you could call it
that's-
moral pressure.
But that's not what we're talking about.
No, I know what
Yeah.
to say, but you were talking about Nubia. We invoked Nubia just
Yes,
now.
yes,
And in
yes.
the case of
Right.
Nubia, like for
Christianity,
example,
yeah.
if you read the Bible, we all
Yes.
went to Sunday school,
Yes.
we read the story of Philip and the
No,
eunuch.
but my point is, Uncle, when it comes to Christianity and Nubia, we have to consider the fact that at that time the nation north of Nubia was occupied since 525 BC by Greeks and then Romans. Yeah.
But they were not Abrahamic, though. None of these people
No.
were
They
Abrahamic.
became Abrahamic after a certain point. My point is
No,
that
the Persians were 525 BC. The Assyrians were 663
Right,
BC.
and then the Greeks and the
Persians
Romans.
525.
Yeah, my
Greeks
point is that-
324.
yeah.
Romans 42.
Right.
Arabs
all
640.
of that. Yeah. My
Mamluks
point
1250.
is that from that time till now, it was under the authority of foreigners. Yeah. So I'm saying that at different points, the dominant foreign ideology had the dominant influence in the area,
Right.
and Nubia was the last stand in that sense, because Nubia wasn't having none of it for a long period of time
Right.
until under the Romans it succumbed to certain pressure. I don't see it.
We have no historical evidence that Nubia
We do.
was Christianized by force.
No, I didn't say by force, you know. I didn't say by
Okay,
force.
then it's okay then. It's cool. Then it's cool.
No.